Hi, my name is Steven, or if you remember my name as the channel name, Nintendo Dragon Gamer. However, that's going to change. I got a list of things here to remind myself so I don't go off topic when I say, oh, I'm going to tell you a story, and I talk about something completely different and I go off track. That's why I wrote a note card before doing this that I stay on topic of what I want to talk about down the list. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Steven, and I'm now going to be rebranding myself as RetroAddict for syllable purposes, so because it's shorter, and also because I've gotten really into video game music in the past few years. And I'm also working on a video game on the side. Yes, I am. I am announcing that. I am working on a video game on the side. It is obviously going to be inspired by the Touhou project. Touhou is actually one of my favorite bullet hells of all time. That seems very... Okay, yes, it's biased. But it's the kind of style of gameplay I like to make. And I'm mainly inspired by Zune, whose compositions, though they may be despite his compositions being very simple to some degree, they sound amazing. Again, that's my opinion. Yes, music. Okay. Alright, so I got music. Okay, so for music, I've learned how to script music macro language. And to be more specific, that is for the YM2608. The Yamaha sound chip that was used in the Japanese NEC PC98 computers that were only exclusive to Japan, nowhere else. And most famously known for are the Touhou games. Alright, so for what else I'm talking about for music is that I am going to be doing not just Touhou covers, not just PC98 covers of modern Touhou music, but I'm also going to be making covers for other songs that are not Touhou related, because I want to broaden my music, broaden my horizons, because I don't want to just be biased and say, oh, I'm just going to do Touhou music. Like, no, that's biased. I want to be open. Yes, so I might take requests. I might take requests under one condition and one condition only. And that is if you give me a MIDI reference. If you don't give me a MIDI reference, I am not going to make a cover of it. End of story. I got FL Studio as a Christmas present going back to 2015, so almost 3 years ago. And speaking of music, I made my first original composition off of FL Studio when I was only stuck in the demo version. I made a 2.5-minute song in about 2 hours. I had no keyboard. If you only consider my typing keyboard to be a musical instrument, then yes. That was the only thing I had. And the following year I got a MIDI keyboard, which I still use to this day to compose music. With that aside, I was able to get the file, I was able to compose a complete composition to my liking, save the file. I couldn't get the file reopened until Christmas Day, and then compose more music. Okay, for gaming, I don't want to stop Uncharted. I got a comment saying, and it was a sad face, and it's unfortunate, but I'm completely off my 5.5-year hiatus from YouTube. If you want to know my real reason why I stopped, it was because I wanted more things in life than just video games. And I realized that this whole dating thing was like, I was so obsessed about it that it was BS. It was just, it didn't help me. It made things worse. It kind of, it was the point where I like, oh, I want a love life. It's like, well, yeah, but you can't force anything. So yes, that was the main reason why I stopped gaming on YouTube. That was like a major factor. The other factor was I was sick and tired of the copyright claims. Speaking of copyright claims, the Content ID system is different now than it was before, and companies are now just making a profit off the videos and they just monetize off it. That's fine. Just claim the video and there's no strikes or anything like that. I'm cool with it. And that's fine. I will continue to make videos for that. Okay. So speaking of Uncharted, I will continue the Uncharted series once I get a 1080p capture card. Back in the day, I used to be stubborn as a mule. I'm not sure if that's right. Stubborn as a bull. I don't know. I was very stubborn. I didn't want to change the way I did recording. As you can very well see, this is the same camcorder I used back in 2010. I used this camcorder to even record the Sonic Advance trilogy. And my gosh, I would say it was probably one of my funnest. Despite the fact, maybe dying a lot? Yeah, I died a lot. Let's just put it that way. I died a lot. And that was a fun series back in 2011. Okay, not to get sidetracked. So, about gaming. I'll have finished recording the Uncharted trilogy. However, there is an Uncharted 4. I don't have the PS4. The Thief's End, I don't have it. So the trilogy was only for the PS3. That's it. I didn't even know there was an Uncharted 4 at the time. So I will finish Uncharted 2 and get on to Uncharted 3. However, I'll play Uncharted 3 on the hardest mode for experience, and if you want, you can laugh at my deaths and freakouts. I don't know. Yeah. So there's that. And I also want to update about recording. This camcorder is not going to be used anymore except for maybe some actual updates like this. So for rebranding, I think I may have said this already, but the name's RetroAddict now, not Nintendo Dragon Gamer. Way too long, and I'm not biased. I'm open to games aside from Nintendo. As I already just said, I like Uncharted. I'm only going to play the games I have off my PS3. There's only 4 games, so I kind of feel like that present was a waste of money, in my opinion. Though, don't get me wrong, the Uncharted series is great, but there are more games than meets the eye. There are still great games on the PS3, but I don't want to get any more because I just don't want to. There's still a lot of great games on the PC. I got my first gaming rig back in 2016. I saved up money for it, and I got over 90 games on there. So there's that. And I've been open to just... I've been getting really into retro games. Games that I will LP are probably Shovel Knight, Freedom Planet, like the style, the style and the gameplay of it. It's Freedom Planet, Shovel Knight, Axiom Verge. Those are 3 great games right off the bat. 3 great games. And they're on the style of pixel art, which is even better. I like pixel art, I do pixel art, and believe me, I know how time-consuming it is. The other so I'll do LPs of games on my Steam account. I'll do that. And I will record games off of OBS, which is a screen recording software. I did not know this until I did some catching up with Twilight. If you don't know, Twilight Linkable has a Discord. I'm on his Discord. He does streaming. Yes, I'm doing a shout out to him. Now, speaking of streaming, I will do streaming, but it will be for like maybe 4 hours tops, because I want to keep it to 4 hours is going to be my max at most, or it depends how I feel, or it depends on how much homework I have, because I cannot let my grades slide. I just can't. Now, since I'm in college right now, since I'm talking about streaming, okay, Let's Plays. I'll replace any Let's Plays that have been deleted, and I will replace the playlist with a different number. Like Let's Play number 1, yes, that's Sid Meier's Civilization for the DS. I actually might go back to it and replay it off of an emulator, because I haven't played that game in 8 years. Now for updates. Okay, I've gotten a Wii U. I've got a Switch now. Yes, I got a Nintendo Switch. I have a gaming PC, and I will tell you the specs. It's an Intel Core i7-6700K with 16 gigs of RAM, with a GTX 1070 graphics card, with a solid-state boot-up drive, and an extra storage device for almost 2 terabytes. With a 1080p monitor, and what came with it, I bought it from Cyber Power PC. I got a Steam controller, which, I'll be honest, I don't think it's really that good. I don't think it's that good at all, unless you're maybe playing a platformer. But other than that, probably doesn't make that much of a good use. You could probably play Minecraft. I'm laughing because there's actually some like, if you look from my end, this controller here, if I held it in my hand right now, the controller has some sensor, like as if it's some mouse joystick. I'm not kidding. It's like a mouse. Like a gyro mouse you use to move around in a 3D perspective from a first-person perspective on any FPS game. Not that I would recommend it. I'm also composing original music, though I'm not going to put the original music up until I actually have copyright protection, because there are people out there who will try and claim my music as their own, and then they will, and if I were to get a litigation, they could actually register the music in their name, and I would lose profit. So no, I won't be officially releasing my music until after I have protected my music from the Copyright Trademark Office. I'm not going to tell you the name of the game. All I can tell you is I'm developing a game. It's going to be a bullet hell. It's kind of based off of Toho in terms of gameplay style, but it's going to have the aesthetic of a PC-98 feel, like a 16-bit retro style feel. I don't know why I'm shivering. Maybe it's the first time I'm on camera in a long time, or it's just the AC's cool air that's coming from the vent from the ceiling. I don't know. Ugh, sorry. Okay. So with that being said, I want to end the video with this. I have schoolwork, that's going to come first. And while I have schoolwork, I have time to actually maybe take a few hours out of my time to do a MML script for the PC-98. And I can easily record that and put up on YouTube. But with doing Let's Play videos and streaming, that's going to take longer because video editing is involved, and that will take more time out of my day than I would need it to be. So with that being said, I'm RetroAddict, and to all my fellow subscribers who have been subscribed to me for a very long time, I say peace out, and if you see me on a stream, join me. I'd be happy to see you there. I'll have a Discord link down below. Just make sure it's set up before I put the link down. So, I'll see you later. Peace.